Good morning, YouTube, from Robert Firestone, the Flagler State of West Virginia. 9:39 a.m. 3/22/2021, the year of our Lord. Alright, for all of y'all that's trying to get into Bitcoin, if you do get into Bitcoin, make it for a short period of time, make you some money, and get out of the market before it becomes totally mainstream, because for the Christians out there that understands the mark of the beast, I'm going to hold something up. Let's see. Let's put it that way. I want y'all to write this down and go look for yourself. Okay. That's WO2020060606. Okay, that's a patent number. Go to the patent office, look that number up. Okay. The Lucifer race. Okay. My understanding, that's also in the patent office as well. You may be looking under the name, but or go under Microsoft, because this is who is moving us forward to the mark of the beast. That Lucifer race is a composite, my understanding, a composite ink that can't be seen with the human eye without a black light. Okay, this is what my understanding, or it can be scanned in a computer. They're saying that the jab that everybody's out here getting has the program, the nanoparticles in it, to gather wherever they put that mark on your hand, your forehead, whatever. Your digital wallet will be part of you, okay, internally. So y'all got to make up your own minds. If you actually go read about the mark in our good book, then go to the patent office and read that, and also the Lucifer race, you'll find out that it sounds awful eerily familiar to Revelation's mark of the beast. Okay, on to the next sideshow. Our entertainment people out here has kept us entertained, showing us a decrepit old man that's got no brain falling up steps instead of down steps. Okay, at the same time, things that are borders is going sideways shitty on these people, which it's all catching up. YouTube, Facebook, all y'all, do you not understand? Here it comes, okay? The truth in all this is, every one of y'all little bastards that helped do this and hide this and spread this, you're part of something that you have no clue that you're gonna get caught up in. Okay, every one of y'all are being set up right now. Okay, it wasn't hard. It was not hard for Trump or anyone to set these foolish ass people up, because this is who they are anyway. Everybody knew and understood that had half a brain, okay, two neurons to rub together, that this was going to happen, because it's the same old group of idiots, okay, that call themselves our leaders because of their greed. That's all they're looking at, okay, greed and power. So, for the ones that's finally starting to see the light and have an understanding that their interest is not yours, okay, you need to get this brainwashed notion out of your head, like you've done something great. You've not done nothing great. No offense to any of my brothers and sisters, left or right, but what you all are doing, okay, whether you want to believe it or not, oh, I'm just one person, I didn't have nothing to do with all that. Yeah, you're part of one person of a group of persons. Yes, you did. Project Veritas just reported about 22 minutes ago. Somebody from the inside of one of them little camps, okay, north of the border, showed these massive groups of people with these emergency blankets and silver ones in these so-called holding cells that looks like it's made out of plexiglass. And instead of having any room in there whatsoever, they're from wall to wall, floor to floor, all the way across. Okay, these people they're sleeping on floors. Okay, they're not sleeping in beds. They run Project Veritas off. He flew over with a plane after they run him off of the grounds because he was trying to get closer and closer to get some better pictures. But one of the insiders sent him a bunch of pictures and showed him what the facility looked like and what was going on the inside. Okay. For here again, y'all got to understand, okay, for the ones that's out here thinking they're doing something for the human race, yeah, you're doing something all right. You're helping destroy the whole human race, okay, by the way that y'all foresee things and your brainwashed ideas, okay. These people already said they was new. Finally, there was a few news reporters got in down there and talked to a few of them. They didn't put their face on camera or nothing like that. But they was asked if they would have been coming in here when Trump was in office, and they said no. And the main reason they was coming in because of was a half dead Joe. Okay, so y'all got to have an understanding of what's going on down there. Is the policies that y'all voted for. Okay, and it still kills me how people think they'll have family members in their lives, brothers, sisters, mothers, cousins, sons, daughters, uncles, aunts, friends that they've known for 20 years, lie to them, but somehow or another, they want to trust these people that's trying to destroy the United States, and uphold them like they're telling them the gospel, straight out the Bible. Well, I can tell you that it is partly straight out of the Bible. It's coming straight out of Revelations. And thank y'all for bringing the prophecy forward. But what y'all failing to realize is y'all helping destroy your own self, your own life for you. And if any thought of having any kind of children in the near future, you're destroying their lives for the next 25, 30, 40 years, depending on how long they live. You're helping do a lot of shit, but it's not quite like you think it is. So, please, for the ones that want to uphold this administration, you might want to reconsider what you just done, because you just released hell on everybody, even yourself. Whether y'all can see it or not yet, I don't know. Or if you could see clearly now, the rain has come. Okay? Have an understanding that these people are getting money being turned to motel rooms. $86 million less than, my understanding, less than 2.5 weeks for 1,200 families. Are they 1,200 families? Or are they only about 10 families? Where's the rest of the $86 million go? Do you not understand? They're being used as well. You're helping these people being used because they're looking for something that you was born into called freedom. The right, proper way coming into the United States, yes. There's laws. There's things for that. But when you release people like wild animals into a situation they've never been used to, did not grow up in. Okay, their daily routine for most of these people was to get up, collect garbage, go try to sell it, panhandle, steal, rape, rob, borrow, whatever their case may be, in what age group, and where they was at in their life. And now you're going to turn them onto a piece of something that they're not even willing, they can't even handle it, because then they would have to give up their life that they've known for years. Y'all are education smart. Uh, this is not smart at all, because you've done turned a group of people that has the mentality of a wild animal loose in your own damn streets, and you're not willing to accept it yet. But when it comes up and busts you in the back of the head and robs you, takes your money, or rapes one of your children, then you might be willing to accept it. But then you understand that it's too late. It's already happened. You can't go back in time. You can't reverse it. So people want to say this sounds harsh. Hey, it's time to actually be harsh. Okay? Let's look at our current situation in our so-called military, the White Hats. I still yet to this day feel like there's something being hid from us. Okay? They're not telling us the whole truth, which I understand a little bit of that, because you don't want your enemy to know what you're doing either. Okay? But there's got to be some way other than these cryptic messages through the old pages of Q. Okay? This is for entertaining purposes only, YouTube. For the ones that's actually figured that out, okay, almost 5,000 of them drops. Or if you take the book, that's what it is, and you don't start at the very end of it now, because it quit posting. You pick it up, you turn the book over, and you can start seeing it come to light. Everything that's happened or going to happen is happening now, almost blow by blow. That's how I'm seeing this. Okay? Let's go back to our forefathers. This kills me about our Second Amendment. Okay? I'm speaking on the Second Amendment under the First Amendment, YouTube. My given right. Not a privilege, a right. Y'all getting that well polluted too, and your dumbass, sticky ass bullshit, because all you're thinking about is money and greed and power. Y'all's day's coming to an end, because more and more old idiots like me and younger idiots like me are waking up to the facts. Y'all making it obvious as fuck. Y'all can't hide your bullshit no more with the layers of the so-called democratic way of doing things. It ain't working no more. I can see it just falling apart. If my old ass can see it falling apart, I know damn well most of the population in the United States is seeing it too. Okay, let's go back to our forefathers and the Second Amendment. People can say what they want to say, okay? Our forefathers come here. They started a great country. They amended things to where they understood themselves. They put their own weaknesses on them pieces of paper, knowing they was critically thinking about themselves being under these scrutinies as well. So they understood what and how to slow these things down and block these things from happening. Okay. Gets to the point They're farmers. They're building towns. They're building cities. They're building infrastructures. But as soon as the idiots from across the pond over decided they was going to come over and show these old farmers they wasn't going to do what they thought they was going to do. Well, these old farmers, our forefathers, picked up these things called boomsticks. Okay, the Second Amendment. So, for anybody that believes, I'm having a hard time concepting the idea that there's not going to be some kind of shooting war unless somebody puts the brake on a horse in the plow situation. Because if our forefathers had to use a fucking boomstick to make sure that they kept their damn freedoms, why do you think they put that Second Amendment in there? Because they seen what it had to take. Now, they've sneakily run around for the last almost 150, 175 years with legal ease, dog Latin, and polluted our Constitution by making us believe that it was still in play, and the corporation was using the same documents, but rephrasing them in certain ways to where they didn't mean what they actually meant to us. But they had us under belief for many, many generations, okay, that it did mean what it said, but it didn't. Dog Latin, legalese, that's how it works. They took that one little bit of truth that I've spoke of 1,000 times and put it in that big old barrel of lies. Just to make them lies have traction. Be able to move forward. I'm sorry, there ain't none of us here in the United States that's special. They don't like none of us. Have y'all not seen this? Then for the poor people out there that's wanting to get jabbed in the arm with something that's never been fucking tested, y'all might want to check to see if y'all got any more fucking common sense whatsoever left. Let me shoot, or let me shit in a needle, mix it up with some urine, and jam it in your arm and tell you it's going to be good for you. Because that's what they're doing. Don't you understand? It's never been tested. Then your so-called fucking test, the test for the bullshit, okay? The man who invented it said it was not invented for said purposes. Read between the lines. So, who's the uneducated here, and who is the ones that's actually dumber than a brick? Well, as you see, I don't have no tinfoil hat. I use it to cook with. And when I even sent this to the health department here in West Virginia, a fairly lengthy letter with all the proof, asking the health department, the head of the health department, I'm assuming, being that I think I run across about 7 or 8 fucking offices, okay? I'm hoping it was in their policy department. I hope. I don't know. Because they don't want any of us to have an understanding of who the fuck they even are. So, but anyway, I sent that letter out to them, emailed it. Still ain't got no reply back. There was 2, well, I left one secret for them. I told them Santa Claus wasn't real. And one of the questions was, how is there more than 1,000 doctors, okay, that's totally against all this bullshit and can prove and back up what they have to say, and went to some of the same fucking schools as some of these other lying motherfuckers that's giving you a bunch of false hope and bullshit. How did that work? How did that happen? Okay? But they don't want these other DRs to get any kind of word or information out to the general public when it's there every fucking where, if you go look. But see, they make it obvious and easy for their lie because they're the ones controlling the MSM. It's easy to post them stupid motherfuckers up there because they're the ones that actually are plastering it all over the fucking world. That's another enemy, people. Quit watching your mainstream fucking news and start looking for an alternative. Because these people don't like you. They don't like me. I'm not special. You're not either. Have an understanding. Their dilemma is how many people they can get rid of off of this earth so they can somewhat keep breathing. When there's more people are dying daily than there is being born. So this is kind of retarded on my behalf to think that these people are telling me straight up, straightforward, you can do your own research on this too. Just a quick number across the board for 1 year. How many people was born in the United States and how many people died? 99% of the time there's more dying than there is being born. So none of this makes sense unless there's some underlying thing going on that most ain't seen. Okay, get back to our border situation. The so-called administration, dead on arrival Biden, they're lying to you and you're helping them. The more you want to jump up and down and holler, well, we ought to have open borders and blah, blah, and blah, blah, carry your ass to some other country. Why do you think you got passports, you dumb motherfuckers? Carry your ass to some other country and see how easy it is to get into another country with open borders all over the place. It don't work that way because them countries already know. For if they've got something good, okay, and there's a group of people that don't have this, or they're going to gravitate to, okay? This is what makes bank robbers. Well, I need money. Oh my God. I done spent 10 years in jail and I've got nothing to show for it, but that fucking bank down the street's got $1 million. It's the same principles, haves and have-nots, okay? There ain't nothing wrong with accepting people into a country legally, lawfully. Okay? This is how our fucking country was built. All y'all want to see a horrifying, good movie? Go watch The Gangs in New York. And when you watch this movie, be thinking about what's going on today. And see if you can comply a little bit to what's happening today. Because all this corruption, it's been going on for a long, long time. And if you don't start slowing the brakes on this fucking train, it's going over a cliff as fast as fuck. And you're right in the middle of it too, you dumb fucks. Everyone that wants to accept it. So would you like to go down in your life having an understanding that you was part of something really great? Or was you part of something really stupid? Because you're getting used. You're useful idiots. And you're not informed. You might think you are. And here, if you don't think programming don't work, just walk into any big city and see how many fucking diapers you see on their fucking face. That's from the well-educated, the dumb, the homeless, the woman, the man, the teacher, the doctor, lawyer, cop. See how many fucking programmed fucking idiots out there is. When a mask, supposedly, only stops, now this is one of the better ones, okay, only stops 2% of anything. And then just look around and think about how many people are wearing these damn diapers. Now, y'all coming to an end, and you're not even willing to see and have an understanding that it's coming for you, whether you like it or not. And y'all's super administration, dead on Joe, dead on arrival Joe, and heels up Harris. They got full throttle on that fucking train right now. And every one of y'all sitting on there just partying, getting high, doing your thing, not giving a fuck about your future, not giving a fuck about your future for your children, not giving a fuck about nothing but yourself, because that's where they want you. You're being used. Like I said again, you're not fucking special. They don't like none of us. We stand for something they want to obtain and take away from you and me. It is called freedom. Y'all might want to look that term up in a dictionary. Freedom. Quit allowing these people to tell you something and you bite into it and believe because your mind is too fucking lazy to go see. These walls are being kicked down right now. And when the unstoppable force hits something that's unmovable, we might see our Second Amendment kick back in, whether y'all like that or not. But I'm also going to let you dumbasses know, if you approach me in all this mess and it's going on, don't expect me to be a love, kind, and motherfucker. Okay? My warning to you, being a kneecap, thigh, ankle, that's the only one. That's the only warning you're getting. Now, if you present yourself as somebody of humble means and have a half a brain that's conscious, yeah, you can stand behind me as I have to defend what y'all done fucked up. And people don't think it's going to go that far. There's a whole lot of us out here that's already seen and understand our history and our forefathers with the boomsticks. It started this country, basically. Do we have to end it this way too? Or have to take it back in this manner? We may have to. Don't really want to see that outcome. But at the same time, I'll be damned if I want these people to think they own me. They're going to rule me. They're going to tell me what I can and can't fucking do. I only got one judge. And y'all not it. Y'all couldn't carry the water to God if you tried 40 million times. Y'all don't have the cojones to do it. Y'all run around worshiping the little g God known as Satan, that the big G God that I worship, and most anybody that's got half a brain, created. But here again, y'all buy into all the baloney bullshit history about the Anunnaki and all of this other bullshit. They was the same fucking fallen angels, just different names, different points on this earth. They had the abilities to change themselves into anything they really wanted because they were spiritual beings. And I heard that for years. Well, what had to be impossible for an angel to have a sex with a woman? They was angelic beings. But they can turn themselves into anything. So if they can turn themselves into anything, say they can turn themselves into a man, that means it's got a dick. That means it's usable. We overlooking the obvious because it's so easy to overlook when there's 40 million stories so close to our Bible that it ain't funny, but we keep overlooking the actual narrative in the story when it comes to these so-called gods, they're all the damn same. Just different spots in the world with different names. So, is it impossible for said God, the fallen angel, to say, set up camp in the Middle East, then set up camp somewhere in the middle of Peru at the same time? I don't think so. Or some of these in the history is thousands of years between them. So they walked up on a bunch of people 1,000 years ago, set up a whole group of people, taught them astrology, taught them how to farm, how to keep up with the equinoxes of the sun. Also, they wanted to make sure that they sacrificed their children and people to them by blood. Y'all remember the stories about the sacrificial animals, the lambs, the oxen, the red bulls in our Bible? Start putting two and two together. That's a sham. And when the so-called aliens come back, y'all better have an understanding them things are not your friend either. But I've dealt with people in my life that was some of the most orneriest, meanest people in the world. But somehow or another, I got along with them. Everybody else was having a hard time with that. It was almost like I knew what to say or do around them. Didn't know why. And didn't mind their company. But at the same time, these was the type of people that would reach over and cut your fucking throat just for saying something stupid. But anyway, to get off here, I ain't going to harp and gripe too much. This may make it, this may not. But that's also a warning to YouTube. Every day that y'all block things, the truth, every day that y'all go forth and you thinking you've got godlike powers because you got some kind of technical thing backing you up, your AI is not as smart as you think it is because it took men to create it. Don't y'all understand that's a fallacy? That's a lying to yourself. You putting this into something in a computer. That's what y'all looking for. The ascension of the thing to gather knowledge and grow. Okay? Don't you think that the screw-ups in humans is not going to creep into that? Are y'all that retarded? Everything else hasn't it? Any invention have downfalls. They wear out. They break. They got to be fixed. I don't care what y'all think. Your AI might be semi-dangerous later, but the point of the matter of it is, the reason it's semi-dangerous is because we have this little thing into it in our being as well, the yin and the yang, the good and the bad. Your AI will too. Don't y'all understand that you're creating something to destroy your own selves? Oh, that's okay. I get to make millions of dollars and I won't have to be worried about that shit for about 50, 60 years. I get to go pull my money. Really? So, your life is more important to the dollar amount and your so-called chair of authority and your chair of power than it is to any of your children? Are they looked at as meat bags too? Your mother, your father, your uncle? All these people are looked at it that way too? Y'all might want to start explaining that to the uninformed as well, since y'all going to be so upright and dumb and truthful about the way y'all see the world, how y'all think it needs to be dominated by y'all fucking retarded motherfuckers. You might want to bring that out a little bit closer so people can see your information. Now quit layering it up with a bunch of lies, known as a democratic way of doing things. This is a fucking republic, you retarded motherfuckers. Whew, man. Well, I hope. That's all I can do. Hope, pray, and I know God wins in the end. You all don't. I might not be here, but I know that God does win in the end. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Because remember, your little G God known as Lucifer, Satan, and all these Babylonian gods, spirit demons, and all this shit, God created them. Then he gave us the abilities, like, who was it? King Simon? Or, I can't remember which one it was. He gave the ability to control demons. Sometimes I have a little bit of short timers too. But anyway, I'll get off here. Have an understanding that your day's short. It's nigh. YouTube and the rest of you. And this being my First Amendment right to have a say-so, whether you like it or not. Sometimes I'm one of the rudest bastards in the world, and sometimes I'm not. But y'all's day's coming.